Welcome to Realty Webseries. After 10 episodes, we did a break, and now, as the unlock process gains momentum, we are also back. To discuss things today, we have we chose a topic that is very relevant in post-COVID. Now we are going to discuss today media and marketing strategies in the post-COVID, in the COVID era. To discuss, we have with us Siddharth Sood, Head Marketing at Gors Group, uh, Divya Puri, Vice President Corporate Communication at DLF, Kunal Pairani, VP Sales and Marketing Group, Rakhi Sharma, VP Digital Marketing, Bhutani Infra, Jayant Barua, Head Marcom, Signature Global, Komal Verma, Marketing Head, Sunworld Residency, and Amit Arora, Group Head Corporate Communication and Public Relations at Housing.com, PropTiger.com, and Makan.com. Welcome you all. I welcome you all.
Yes.
I'll start with Siddharth. Siddharth, Gors being one of the biggest spenders in the media. You are known for taking newspaper jackets, doing sponsorship for events like Filmfare. So now how are you managing your marketing spends now in the COVID scenario?
Well, Palash, marketing strategies have changed a little, but now since last week we've again gone back to the normal of print newspapers, trying all these newspapers. And but before that, sometime in May when the Unlock One happened, we went bullish on the digital marketing, and we had a long discussion with our agency, and we came to the conclusion that only three things work in India: uh, politics, cricket, and Bollywood. So we initially during May and June we did a very high decibel, but primarily digital. We did a new creative every day based on the Bollywood theme, which was very well appreciated and liked by customers, and the sales started trickling in. See, as a real estate company, we are more interested in 90% interested in the leads that we generate for the sales team. So that is the main objective. So lot of leads started coming in, and the sales were fine. We were doing okay. But from the last week onwards, we gone to newspapers. Thanks to if my media friends are listening, the rates are very nice. The rates are very very attractive, and the response has doubled. I don't know why, because I was told the circulation has gone down. Obviously, the the, the circulation of lot of newspapers not getting distributed, but still the response is slightly better than what it used to be in pro lockdown era. So what I feel is that people have gone back to reading maybe because they have a lot of time at hand during this period, and charm of a newspaper is always there. But yes, we are going bullish on digital a lot. We are exploring new technologies. I'm exploring OTT also, how to get onto that. It's very cost effective, the proposals that we are getting, and a lot of video content needs to be generated. So that is the one way ahead, and this is it. Not doing something anything out of the box, but yes, digital. Now we've gone back to print video content every day. We try to generate videos on all occasions, and sales sanitization videos. I guess everybody is doing it.
So, Siddharth,
So,
I have a question here. When you
uh,
say the response has become better, no doubt this has been quite visible in most of the domains, be it online, be it print. But how about the conversions? Because you regularly must be dealing with the sales team as well. So, are you talking also that the conversions have become better, or is this the response to the number of
conversion, see,
queries?
Dushyant, in with thankfully we worked on the brand over the last 5 years in terms of building the brand, with doing large events, and thankfully we've delivered a lot of properties, so that brand is there. So in our case, primarily we have to be present there. In the region that we are operating, we just need to be there. We just need to be on the face of a person. So anybody looking for a property needs to talk to us. That's what the feel is. So conversion, as I told you, we started just last week. So real estate is a high volume, high unit property, so it takes time to close. So I'll come back to you. I don't know what is the conversion from print, but it at least gives a confidence booster to the entire channel partner community, to the sales team, to the people who have already invested in the property. So that confidence comes that real estate is back.
Okay. So taking a cue from your answer itself, I'll throw a question to Divyaji here. So
Yeah.
Divya, you had a brand which is one of the largest amongst everyone, right? So how much post COVID? What do you think? How much of a the responsibility of a brand would be there in terms of marketing? Because you have been leading a brand which is now a legacy, right? So how much weightage do you give to an entire brand sphere only, absolutely brand, the trust or the credibility of the brand in terms of marketing the post COVID times?
Okay, so the one very important learning that we all got from COVID, which is that your existing customer is your biggest endorser of the brand, and there is um, uh, no better medium than to get an endorsement from your existing customer on what he's experiencing in any of the properties that you have. I think the focus was really to ensure that all customers were safe and their needs were addressed. And by word of mouth, I think they passed on the message to their friends, and purely by word of mouth. I think during COVID, we managed to do a fair bit of sales, but all of it largely came from referrals. Uh, Also, it was relevant to very important to note that we laid a lot of emphasis on communicating with with all, be it our shareholders, be it customers, be it our tenants. We were involved with all of them. That really helped.
I guess there's some disturbance at one of our panelists end. I'll request everyone others not speaking to mute. Uh, yes, Divya, please continue.
So did you get the last of what I said? Did you get the gist?
No, I couldn't actually.
Okay, so I'll just repeat. I said, the whole point of a brand communication, and I think the biggest loyalists of any brand are the customers,
Hmm.
and the customers, endorsing of what you have done during COVID speaks volumes. And that is what exactly happened with us, in the sense that our customers were very satisfied with what we did. So word of mouth and referrals played a very important role in post-COVID, and this has helped a lot. Along with it, of course, besides besides being seen in the media on the digital space, one also was fairly aggressive in terms of what relief measures one was undertaking to handle the pandemic. Uh,
Okay.
so that is what it is, a complete overall ecosystem that goes into building a brand. It just cannot be focused only on advertising. There's a softer part to the brand also, which is the COVID relief measures that the brand undertook. So
Okay.
that overall that played.
Okay, I think we have, yeah. Kunal, I'll come to you. Uh, how you have changed your strategies in the wake of this pandemic?
So Palash, thank you very much first of all for having this kind of panel. And so what I would say is, for sure, I would agree with what Siddharthi just said. Newspapers are still one of the best medias. Uh, the only thing that has come to the anvil is that pehle we used to actually give importance to digital marketing, but it was still not up there. Now it's actually like a parallel role, complete parallel role. So where the importance of digital marketing was approximately, especially in the terms of luxury residential, it used to be not more than about 20 to 30%, maybe 40% to the higher side. Now it is actually 50 or 60%. So that is the kind of percentage which has increased as far as the concentration is concerned. I'm not talking about the spend right now, I'm talking about the concentration of the efforts which needs to be put on the marketing front. Uh, and I agree completely with Siddharthi when he says कि जो newspaper media है, and I hope that the newspaper people would still offer us the same deals which were offered in the last 2 weeks, and I would not want to change that by any manner. So please do not take my statements otherwise. Responses have been good. In fact, you'll be shocked that a single page advert in Times of India, which came in on last Saturday, has resulted in more than 130 walk-ins till date at our project. 130
Wow.
walk-in, plus about 200 odd calls which have come in. Now this is a fantastic response. Once
Absolutely.
again repeating, prices same रहेंगे तो इतनी advertising आएगी, pricing बढ़ जाएंगे तो advertising नहीं आएगी. So just in
I
case
think
somebody
you
from
should
Times
not
of India or
elaborate so
HT is
much, you know.
listening.
I guess
I'm just
you both have
reiterating the facts.
taken the right opportunity to pass on the message to the people, right?
No, so there are two more elements to it, and which is that undoubtedly everything was a creative earlier. Now everything has become video. इतना लॉकडाउन में टाइम मिला है कि हम लोग सिर्फ वीडियो देखते जा रहे हैं. So that is definitely there. One more thing which we've kind of changed overall is that we are now even looking at the short-term goals. Let's look at this ad only. Let's not look at a 6 month horizon कि हम ये करेंगे इतना कैंपेन चलाएंगे उतना कैंपेन चलाएंगे. ये एक ad देते हैं, इसका रिजल्ट देखते हैं. Let's go step by step. ये नहीं पता कि कल कब से वीकेंड लॉकडाउन दिल्ली में भी हो जाए जैसे यूपी में चल रहा है. तो let's not overstep. Let's not look at longer perspectives. Let's look at one step at a time. So एक ad देंगे, दो ad देंगे, तीन ad देंगे. 15 दिन का कैंपेन डिसाइड करते हैं, 3 महीने का नहीं करते हैं. डिजिटली ऑल्सो 15 दिन का कैंपेन डिसाइड करते हैं, 3 महीने का नहीं करते हैं. So these kind of things have started playing a role, and I think one more element which has definitely changed as far as we are concerned is that पहले जो लोग आते थे, the number of people who used to come in, and versus the conversion ratio which I was talking about. आप जो पहले 100 वॉक-इन्स आते थे उसमें से मान लीजिए अप्रोक्सीमेटली 4 से 5 कन्वर्ट होते थे. आज की डेट में अगर 100 वॉक-इन्स आते हैं उसमें करीबन 12 से 15 कन्वर्ट होते हैं. So that is the kind of concentration which has happened. So I think the number of walk-ins overall, of course, have gone down. They've not gone up, but the number of conversions which are happening due to those walk-ins have actually gone up. So I won't say they've reached the pre-COVID numbers, but I'm very bullish on the single aspect that the bigger units and the luxury segment, I would say, is still not that much affected by it, and it would revive the fastest out of the entire lot. This is my belief, and this is what I have to say, Balash.
Okay, so so Kunal, you just said that 15 days ka campaign hona chahiye digital ka and not the long term. So here we have Rakhi, who heads the entire digital marketing for a very bullish brand, and the brand which is very, very aggressive in terms of its marketing. So Rakhi, what is your suggestion and what is your viewpoint over it?
Just 5 seconds. Sorry, I'm just cutting you short. 5
sure.
seconds. 15 दिन भी देखना है, 6 महीने भी देखना है, लेकिन 6 महीने पे उतना ज्यादा तवज्जो नहीं देना.
Okay.
15 days is the horizon that you look at. 6 महीने है, but 15 days पे major concentration. Sorry.
So Rakhi, do you agree that this 15-day concept in digital marketing for a brand which is super aggressive in terms of marketing is actually workable?
I almost agree to what Kunal and Siddharth has said, but in digital, I don't think so. 15 days work for me because the longer I learn my campaigns, the better they behave. What is pre-COVID, post-COVID, I don't know, because I was working equally the way I was used to work before 18th of March. So I can say that there is no change in media and marketing strategies. No, actually, there is a change in media and marketing strategies, but I would also want to put this thing forward that the number of serious buyers have increased. So if I used to run a campaign for say it's a PPC campaign, I'm sure everybody aware of. So there were few leads which were just like inquiries, and the closing used to take 2 months or 3 months, maybe 1 month sometimes. This time I'm getting more serious buyers. So these buyers know what they want to buy. These buyers are very sure of their purchase, and then they are approaching us. They are not the one that okay, we'll let you know, हम आपको बाद में पूछ के बताएंगे. These are the ones who are coming to our office and closing it. The one major change is, of course, the number of walk-ins have reduced by a good number, but for a change, our sale numbers have not gone down. So maybe in the first of the April, when people were really scared of COVID, but after maybe 20%, I think it's a good number. Another thing which I want to say is there will be a V-shaped recovery. There is a V-shaped recovery after any great crisis. I'm sure many of you us know about what happened in 2008 and how markets uh, have changed after 2008 for a good only. So I can see a lot of opportunity post COVID. In office spaces, yes, there are a few things which we need to educate our clients through, because everything was quarantine, not internet. So everything was available. Everybody was spending more time on internet. So it was a good time to educate your client about the importance of office spaces, COVID compliant office spaces, and my serious buyers number have increased by many folds. This is one thing for sure which I can say right now.
So I guess COVID has been really good for a lot of people, wherein जो लोगों को कुछ करने को नहीं था वो रोड पे जा नहीं रहे. It's only because of the fear of COVID. It's only the serious people who actually want to invest are actually on the roads right now, right? That could be a reason.
Exactly.
So
serious numbers. Yes, absolutely.
yes, absolutely, great. So we have Komal here. Komal, you deal with a new age brand, I guess, and you have been a little bullish towards digital marketing. So what is your take over it, as you only deal with residential as of now? So how good is digital marketing in terms of residential?
See, if you talk about digital marketing and residential, I totally, at one point, I'm completely agreeing with Raki, because this is the time frame wherein more and more people, the serious buyers, the end users, basically, they are spending more and more time over digitally, and like, because even now their mindsets are very clear that because of this COVID-19, everybody, most of the end users, they are like work from home, so they get good time, quality time to go through the projects, the research, wherein while working they were not having those times. So we get digitally a filtered end users leads, which is genuine and serious buyers. Actually, the end users, basically, we are getting the response, and it is good basically because it saves a lot of time, theirs and ours too. And moreover, via digitally, virtually, like we are into the time of this situation wherein a customer gets time to visit virtually your project, visit RERA online, and they do their research more and more, they get time, and then they visit to our site with the final mindset. Okay, because earlier what used to happen is कि आप like 10 buyers आ रहे हैं और 10 बार आ रहे हैं, और अभी क्या हो रहा है, 4 बायर्स आ रहे हैं लेकिन वो फाइनल माइंडसेट करके आ रहे हैं. व्हाई? बिकॉज They have done their homework digitally. They have, done their research digitally. They have seen the project virtually, so they know in and out. So 80% of the work has been, easy for us and for the buyers as well. So digitally, yes, we are doing very good, very great at it, and it is saving very quality time, vice
Okay.
versa.
So from here, I would like to move on to Jayanta. That you have a specialized way of marketing because you deal with a company and you work with a company which is into affordable housing only. Now, affordable housing has two things, as per my information. First, you have to cater to a lot more cities and not just the major cities or where the project is. Second, you have a very constrained or a confined period of time where you can actually market your product. Third, you again need to reach out to a larger volume. So these three things, how are you actually tackling them in terms of post-COVID or impact during the COVID times as well?
Good afternoon to you all. Thank you so much for asking me to join. Uh, if you see the kind of approach which we having, like unlike from other all set developers, we are a pretty young company, right? It's 5 years back we have started. Our approach is we are just creating a space. Our products are regular products. Okay, so we are creating a requirement. We are creating a requirement of a house which one can avail. So since we are into a draw mechanism, okay, we are creating a space, a requirement of a home. So whenever we had a campaign, which was primarily a branding campaign, primarily a corporate campaign, then on a stipulated time of a 1 month time or a 15 days time or a 45 days time, so we launch a product using all the conventional methodologies, whether it's a print, whether it's a outdoor, whether it's a newspaper insertion, whether it's a radio. Yes, but if we talk about the campaign which we are doing over the years, our digital quotient was always more when you talk about the industry standard. So if I say industry standards, few years back it used to be 1%, it was 2%, 5%. But if I see my spend, yeah, our spend, it was never less than 10% as far as digital is concerned. So any
Wow.
project, whenever we are planning to launch, so we segregate our budgets. So if I talk about an annual, if I'm spending 100 rupees, against the 100 rupees, I'm spending 25 rupees on a branding. Okay. So when you talk about branding, whether like the Vidya Balan is talking about being a brand ambassador, the necessity of a home, एक घर की जरूरत, किराए का घर. So these all things we have roped in, we have brought in, where we are generating people. Over the years, we also sitting in a huge database. So you will be amazed to know, in the entire 5 years of my career here, so we have hardly gone to aggregators. Probably a bad news for third-party portals. Off lately, we started doing it, right? So we are having our own setup. We are having an agency who's working with us, and we are working on the same model which all this housing portals works. So there's a regular database which is actually fetching as a good business to us.
Janta, you are primarily in the affordable category with more volumes and less margin. How do you manage to afford Vidya Balan and film stars?
So, Palash, I'm very, very honest to you, right? So, we are having approximately 1% of the budget of the total sale revenue, which we keep for our affordable products. So, we are not, all products are affordable. So, my budget is 1%, and we are keeping a paisa around 50 paisa for our corporate activities. So, when we are doing our talk about any shows, doing webinars, doing exhibitions, sponsoring events, uh, to make your chairman a voice. So those all things. Na? So we are having around 50 to 75 paisa kept for the same. So which on an annual basis we able to manage that. We ensure that we should not go overboard than more than 2%. So this is the the bottom line which we normally keep. So 2% is on the highest side. So if I talk about my spend, it will be approximately 1 rupees 50 paisa against my sale revenue.
Okay. So, with all the submissions which we had right now, I would like Amit now to take us to the final stage. When Amit, how much, what exactly should be the right strategy in terms of online? Because you work with a leading listing portal. Secondly, even Jayanta just confessed that they have started working with aggregators now. Previously, they weren't, right? So, how much of a role do you see in future for an aggregator platform in real estate? My
Yeah.
question to Amit.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you for taking me in. Hi, everyone. I totally agree with Jayanta and what earlier, Kunal and Raki has also mentioned that, nowadays, all the builders, what are they seeing is that even though the walk-ins are less, but the conversion rate has gone high. That is, Kuman has also mentioned this, only because of the reason that, all the search and discovery of a property has gone online. In fact, as per, our understanding of the market, there are 90% of the search and discovery in today's time, it's happening online. Considering all the factors that, past, we used to say that, there has to be a digital separate strategy, and for rest of the thing, we have to have a separate strategy. But in last few months, everyone has moved to digital. So and as science says that it takes 30 to 35 days for a behavioral change to come, but we have seen a lockdown much longer than that. So obviously the behavioral change has already come in. People have, as far as the housing is concerned, people have shifted totally to digitally. And we have seen in our webinars which we have been doing with all our builders partners in last few months, along with the other initiative, we have been doing webinars with the builder partners. We have done over 150 webinars, wherein
Wow.
on average we have got 250 people in each and every webinar. If and 30 minutes is the average duration in which people have been part of that, in which we have used new technology which wasn't there earlier. Like we have used live drones of of the site, of the flat, of the the route to your site, which gives everyone a live wire kind of experience, and it becomes easier for a consumer to ultimately go for a project, because you're not able to go out, you don't want to go out at this time, you don't want to take that risk. So we are just trying to minimize that physical thing. And there is no doubt that site visit is something which is very important, which will continue to exist. But yeah, obviously, as we have discussed earlier in this discussion, that the number of site visits are going to go drastically down in the coming time. And in our webinars, we have seen, we have generated content of close to 10,000 hours. Yeah. So, I mean, that is huge from a point of view of for users to actually help them make that decision of buying. Yeah.
Okay. So one more question to you, Amit. That here all our other friends are actually promoting a tangible product as a developer, right? You're a person who works towards highlighting a brand which is into services, be it online, offline, whatever that is. So you as a marketer, what exactly do you have to say about how different is it when you have to promote a tangible product like a group housing project, or when you're actually promoting a service? So what exactly are your methodologies when you promote something like this?
See, there are two ways, as we look at it, be it, in digital, we do either be it B2B or a B2C. In the coming time, it's going to be very important considering the cash flows, are already impacted. So it's going to be very important that we still need to, evolve a new methodology for, marketing our product. because the time has changed, behaviors have changed. Consumer, earlier it used to be like, we, for people like us, we used to read newspapers, but nowadays newspaper circulation has gone down because people are not getting newspapers at home or an office. So that behavior has moved to from reading newspaper physical, as for a lot of people has moved to online. So that behavior has changed. So the things still need to be evolved. We still need to think and contemplate, reinvent a lot of things, reinvent a lot of strategies from the point of view of how we need to market. But yeah, if we everybody is saying digital, but what in it is something which we need to look out for, and that will depend on product to product and services to services. That if you need to market a mass product, then obviously you'll have to look at something which has a mass appeal. In fact, YouTube recently, since videos is something which has picked up recently, YouTube came up with a study in which they are saying that 90% of the content which is being watched on their platform is the regional content, be it a regional news or be it from a regional entertainment point of view. So I mean, whole lot of things have changed in last some time, and this has actually COVID has actually boosted that transition period uh, on a faster pace. Everybody used to think, yeah, okay, we'll move to digital, we are moving to digital. But now this has actually fastened that process, and people have actually moved to digital a lot.
Okay, I'll come back to Siddharth. Siddharth, what was your marketing spend in digital and in non-digital? What was the proportion like pre-COVID, and how it has changed post-COVID? How much of the total ad spend is now in percentage terms going to the digital media, and how much is it to the non-digital media?
It has definitely increased. It has become at least 50% of what we are spending. The total spend out of the total spend, we are spending now perhaps 50% digital, which includes the portals, all these lead generation portals, then Google AdWords and all that stuff. But we also include the SMS part in digital. So we do a lot of SMSs, so that is also considerable portion of what we are spending right now. Earlier, it used to be not more than 15 to 20%.
Divya, you are present in both the segments, both residential, premium residential, as well as commercial. You are there in the retail, you are there in the office spaces. Now, if you could break up how sentiments have changed in all these segments, and how you have changed your strategies, different strategies for these different segments.
Okay, so for the office segment, at least let me just tell you that we've not had any major change in the sense that you would have read in the papers about certain deals being struck, of companies wanting to take up more space, and that I feel will continue. You see, you've got DLF has been lucky in the sense that we've got grade A office locations in very strategic markets. I mean, if you look at Gurgaon today is North India's largest knowledge city. All right, you had people working, say, probably in Bangalore, in Chennai, in Hyderabad, and there's been a reverse migration of people coming back to their hometowns during this pandemic. And we expect, the city to become a talent magnet for these people to come and look for jobs in Gurgaon now. And so we see demand going up for office space. All right. Our vacancy levels are, I think, at its minimum right now. We've not had any major exits. On the residential side, what has really happened, I think personally, I have received more calls from my friends wanting to close a deal. And they have called me after going probably to the site twice, having checked online, and checked with references of consumers, of their friends who are living in those condominiums. So completely by referral and word of mouth, I think we've done a good amount of sales there.
Okay, Kunal, everybody is talking about digital these days. Now, how are you ensuring validated leads? Kunal, I
Sorry,
don't.
I think I think I went offline for a second. Yes, sorry. Can you repeat the question, Palash?
Yeah, what I'm asking is, everybody is bullish about digital now. Now, digital has become a big industry. How are you ensuring validated leads?
See, I'll be very honest. I was never too bullish on either the aggregator front or, for that matter, the otherwise, things which happen. But for sure, when it comes to PPC campaigns or when it comes to Google AdWords, which are advertised, I think they give the maximum amount of, or the conversion ratio out there is the best. So I give a lot of importance to the PPC leads which come in, and we used to get a lot of leads from otherwise advertising on other portals as well. But I think the seriousness with which a PPC needs to be taken care of, vis-a-vis something which is coming from an aggregator's thing, is definitely a thing. I would say a 1:3 ratio. So every 3 leads which used to come from an aggregator, vis-a-vis 1 lead coming from a PPC campaign, would actually give me the same kind of result. Plus, we've done some campaigns, of late, digital campaigns. One of them happened with Hindustan Times. There was another which happened with HDFC. I'm sure many people participated in that. They were very cost-effective campaigns. The only thing, somewhere which started going on the entire thing was the number of leads which were coming in. And HDFC, we got close to 1,000 leads in about 15 days. 1,000 leads is a lot of leads for a luxury residential project. So, but the quality leads out of that was possibly about 150. So I would still prefer giving that importance to that PPC campaign. My own SEO, being very strong, than going to any of these, otherwise campaigns.
Rakhi, now on-ground events have come down substantially. So everything is now depends upon digital events and all. So how has that impacted the minimization of your property expo and things like that? The on-ground, the complete stop of on-ground events, has it impacted your sales? I think Rakhi is not with us.
Can you hear
The same
me?
question.
Hello?
Yeah, Rakhi. Yes.
Hi. So I would be lying if I'll say that it has not impacted our sales. It has for sure impacted our sales, and uh, getting a right kind of consumer over digital events, I still find it difficult. I don't think so. It's there is a viability of the same even now. But we are making up for it. See, Palash, I just wanted to say is that for me, for us, for Bhutani Group, digital is not only about leads. Largely, it's about getting leads, but it's more about doing a lot of digital PR, in which Dushyant and Dushyant's team has helped us a lot. So we were not only working on leads, Palash, we were working on some good digital PR, increasing the number of followers for our social platforms. Apart from that, on ground events I don't see happening very soon. But yes, if we have increased our spend on other digital platforms, which are somehow making up for the amount of sales which we used to do through these on ground events.
Okay, Jayanta, how do you ensure lead qualification for how do you ensure maximum conversion from the digital leads?
Palash, what we are doing, we are having different numbers which we normally promote for activities. So, for example, like we were doing from Facebook and Google, so we know what kind of leads are coming through, what kind of funnels. So, we already having a dedicated call center team, no? Or the one where the call and target landed. From there to the concern product team, it goes to them, the validated qualified lead, what you are saying, so it goes to them. So we having a decent if I talk about, if you want to ask for like a conversion ratio, so we do have approximately if I talk about a qualification till closure will be approximately 7 to 8%.
Okay.
The closure Google must be around from 27 to 28%, which people qualify, right? And Facebook is approximately 17 to 18%, which has Facebook has been better probably from last year till this year. 17 to 80% are qualified. Then we do a conversion. So when you talk about a conversion, so we had a conversion ratio of 7 to 8% as far as digital leads are concerned.
Okay. Komal, you are geographically concentrated to the Noida region, and that too you are a premium from your neighboring projects. So, in the COVID times when there are no outdoors, how are you managing? Is digital good enough to survive the competition when you are with a premium product among your peers?
No, it is not just the digital, Kalash, to be honest. Digital is just one pillar, right? There's something called networking, your business associates, and especially the major role plays the buyer, the current buyers, because, if your buyer is happy, they are giving you the references. And especially, you know, when it comes to a good, deals which you offer these days to the customers, and especially the kind of ultra luxury project ready to move in, the kind of class we have, surroundings we have, the entire says we have here. So of course, not just the digital, but yes, your business associates, your networking, your current buyers references, these are also the pillars who gives you the strength to handle this pandemic and gives you the boost on sales part.
Uh, Amit, I'll come to you. When you compare the ROI, non-digital versus digital, can you give an idea how the ROI has been when you compare these two?
You asking me?
Amit Arora, I if he is with us still.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah.
So see, ROI. If you get on to we are we typically look at ROI from the point of view of not just the lead that we give, but also there are a lot of allied activity which are related to it. So hence, considering giving ROI on the basis of digital and non-digital is something I don't think would make sense to calculate it that way.
Siddharth, would you still considering are you looking up to big events? You have been sponsoring film fairs, you have been sponsors in major events, and I believe that's not for lead generation, that's for brand communication. So post COVID, would you, when things normalize, would you be again be aggressive in on ground events and in sponsoring events?
No, no. The scenario has changed completely, Palash. Now I think big events, one, that's not going to be the new norm. The new normal, those kind of events would not be happening or should not be happening, even if the things become normal. And we've done a lot for the brand in terms of film. Film fair was the only big one vessel. Let me just clarify. That was only investment on the big event brand that we've done. And I don't know. We are not thinking that far right now, frankly. Currently, the focus is to get back on track. I think we are 70 to 80% we are back what we used to do. And events right now, I don't think, but yeah, IPL was slightly interesting because there has been a 6 month gap. People are at home, so I might be we are exploring IPL, but as all my colleagues here, as my friends would agree, real estate works on a lot of barters now. We are totally the barters are the name of the game. So if IPL is open to barters, then definitely we might look at it. That's the only big event we are looking at. Yeah.
That's a
Oh, so
wishful
that
thinking.
that means we see a lot of cricketers picking up homes in gauze, right? Is that what you mean? Huh.
That's what I'm saying. That's a wishful
Or we
thinking.
are in fact looking for a third party who can work as an agent. So ICCPL can do a barter with us, and then they can buy.
Oh my God. So I guess this platform has been used quite well by a lot of people to pass on the messages to their respective agencies. Eh? So I've just received a lot of viewers' question as well, and a little a little different from what we receive each time. So this time we have a lot of people asking questions about their jobs, opportunities, and people who look up to you. So here, there are a couple of questions to. Next question would be to Jayant and Amit here. You know, there are a couple of people who are asking questions that you both have shifted. Uh, you have seen a transition from an agency to a client side, right? You both have been the masters of PR. Now you are managing the entire Marcom. How different has it been to the transition? And what would be your guidance to these people who actually want to do the shifting for their own careers?
Hi, Dushan. Shall I
Go
or
ahead.
Amit
Yeah,
start?
Yes,
Jen,
yes,
go
please,
ahead.
please, please.
Go ahead, Jen.
It's an experience, Dushan. So I had a good time into the agency side. Nothing a much difference. So when you talk about you're seeing an agency, so you're talking about their visibility with probably a vision through. Initially, it was media format. Like example, you see about you. So you started with like a print thing, electronic thing. Now it's a digital. So whatever we are talking about today is talking about the communication. So
Hmm.
agency was an experience. This is actually has really given a help when we anybody is entering into marketing communication. So I agree. I'm sure like Amit will agree with me somehow, Siddharth, because they've also seen people. Because Siddharth is coming from a publication house. I'm Siddharth. You were in publication house, right? You in
Yes, yes,
sales.
I was on the other side of the table. So
Yeah, so he was also on the other side of the table. So we understand now what the client's requirement. So when you became you became a client, like you are one who is doing it now. There's always like a better, easier, um, consuming the things better, getting execution better, whatever formats are available, whether it's through a print ad. So end of the day story is like you're having a communication which is getting bloated through various platforms, whether it's a digital PR, which has off lately is very, very popular, writing blogs. The blogs is a very, very important tool these days. So when you talk about a SEO, how we're going to do SEO? So use the blogs which really helps. वो दिन गए पुराने दिन ना कि कहीं पर भी आप अपने वेबसाइट में ना कुछ भी लिख के कुछ भी डाल दो वो चल जाता था आपके पास वेबसाइट में ट्रैफिक आता था. So whether you're talking about blogs, whether you're talking about video blogs, creating videos, having a footfall, ये कहीं ना उस जब एजेंसी में आप काम करते हो ना ये आपको really help करता है ना वो सोच लाने के लिए. So when I talk about brand का तो definitely एक ब्रांड का एक डेफिनेटली एक फायदा है ही जब आप ब्रांड में ऑलरेडी काम कर रहे होते हो तो
But my just I'm sorry to interrupt here. My question was a bit different. My question is that as an agency, you have a specialized skill set. Let's say PR. Today, you are managing the entire marketing, which includes ad spends, outdoors, digital, blogging, SEO, whatever you're saying, right? So how's that transition been for you?
आई टोल्ड यू ना इट्स ओनली द वे ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन यू आप एक कम्युनिकेशन क्रिएट कर रहे हैं उसके प्लेटफॉर्म्स अलग अलग है हम क्या बात करते हैं हम लोग एक ब्रांड कैसे बनाते थे आज जो ब्रांड जो बोलने जा रहा है वो सही बोले, सही जगह बोले, हम वही बुलवाते थे ना उनसे. So example, like if I recall my old PR days, end of the day, what we used to say to clients, भाई जो बोल रहा है ना वो साफ साफ बोल और एकदम सही सही बोल और कहाँ जाना है बताओ. So what's your TG? बोलना क्या है? So end of the day, when you come from our side, क्या है प्रोडक्ट, बोलना किसको है, दिखाना कहाँ पे है, कैसे दिखाना है, ठीक है ना, वो तुझे देखेगा क्यों. So these are all questions. If you have the answers, the transition was fantastic. So I'm probably, that was since I done PR and I also done sales in my past. Those both the combination really helped to execute my job very well here. So in my current role.
How has been your transition, Amit? Because you have been a stalwart in your own domain previously, and then now you have shifted towards the client side. So how has been your transition?
So yeah, thanks, Vishen. I think from a aspirant point of view, as you just said that there are people who are looking for transition. So I mean, yeah, it all depends on person to person. But from my point of view, as I see it, what has helped uh, for a person like me, I would say it's more from the point of view of having an experience of working with multiple brands in multiple industry. Be it real estate, I had a pleasure of working with Divyapuri sir. I worked on DLF with him, and the same way I worked with the brands like Reebok. I worked with the brands like Havels in different industry. So all these, working in multiple industry and then getting onto a client side, working for a particular brand or a company. So it definitely helps you have a lot of experience, vast experience from different industry, and as Jayan just mentioned that you know what you need to communicate. If you have that kind of understanding, I think that definitely helps from like when you transition from an agency, particularly, I would say.
Okay. So now my question to Rakhi. Rakhi, you have seen a transition from about being from a consultant side to a developer side, right? How has been your own journey for that?
Dushan, the journey has been fantastic. I'll tell you why. When I was with that consultant side in Investors Clinic, we used to handle multiple projects and multiple projects marketing at one point of time. So maybe I'm handling 15 residential projects and 5 or 10 commercial projects at one point of time. The amount of leads which we used to, which the requirement of leads was much higher, and there was not. I would say there was. We had to put a lot of work in running all those campaigns differently. But coming back to a developer side, we are only focused on maybe 2 to 3 projects. The learning was great at the consultant side, because at one point of time you're getting to learn about residential also, you're getting to learn about commercial projects also, you're getting to learn about land, etc., etc. My All of my learning which I did at Investors Clinic helped me a lot when I joined here at Bhutani, because uh, the amount of work which I used to put in there for 15 to 20 projects, I'm now putting that much work only on 2 to 3 projects.
I
So
hope you haven't reduced your working hours.
my working hours have increased. I keep on calling you and your team all the time. But one thing was there was less spillover of leads when I was at IC. Ki, okay, ek lead आई, चलो यहाँ नहीं चल रही, चलो वहाँ चला लेंगे. You know how it works there. But here, most of the times, there is a wastage of leads also, because there are clients who are looking for residential, but we cannot adjust those leads anywhere. Of course, my sales team tries to sell them commercial over residential, but yes. So yes, the transition and learning was great, and I've learned a lot, and I hope that I'll still be learning a lot here in Bhutan.
Okay. So I've just received a very unique question, and that question put across to Kunal here. Kunal, there's a question a person is asking that you selling luxury in post-COVID times is going to be difficult. What is your take over it
I
as a
honestly feel
marketer?
so. I'll specifically, stick to the real estate domain. In this, selling luxury, of course, is different. But when it comes to luxury residential, I don't think much has changed, and I don't think it is going to take a long time for it to come back. Maybe some segments, some pockets do, but where we are sitting right now, still the location matters. We are developing a 40-acre residential project in the heart of Delhi. I mean, central Delhi, 40 acres, the biggest span possible. Nothing can go wrong. And customers used to come in earlier in the same manner as they come in right now as well. The only thing which has changed, and I think I agree with people who said earlier, digitally they are much more aware about the project. They see the entire project first online. They're coming with a affirmative mindset of buying. अब कोई टाइम पास करने नहीं आता, कोई मेरे पास फालतू इंक्वायरी नहीं आती. अब जो भी आता है वो खरीदने आता है. हो सकता है उसका बजट उतना ना हो कि जितना हम ऑफर कर रहे हैं, लेकिन people come here to buy from us now. So our efforts have actually gone up in terms of when the customer used to come earlier. पहले उसको हम पूरा site दिखाएं, model दिखाएं, सब कुछ दिखाएं. All those things are right now happening virtually right now. So whether it is by means of maybe a walkthrough, maybe by a 360-degree walkthrough, or maybe a video or something else, or maybe even for that matter, having a Zoom call before he comes to the site. The entire process is happening, and then the customer comes to the site for a final decision. So पहले जो customer कम से कम 4 बार आता था, अब वो 2 बारी में आके finalize करके जाता है. But I would say the conversion ratios have gone up, and luxury residential is there to stay. It is not going to go anywhere. If your product is good, and if your perception of the project, or let me put it this way, product कितना भी अच्छा हो, लेकिन उसका perception अगर उससे ज़्यादा अच्छा है, तभी वो काम करेगा. So perception is good. Your relationships in the market with the channel partners are good. I think it's a rock star. उसके बाद कोई टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है as far as luxury residential is concerned.
Okay. My next question to Siddharth. Uh, Siddharth, you have seen a transition, or you have played a very important role in transition of a brand from a developer towards a legacy. I've always been hearing a lot of legacy word from you, that we want to create a legacy, and I'm pretty sure that you have been quite successful in moving towards that. What exactly are the ways through which you would like to suggest and guide other people of how to convert a normal brand into a legacy? How to do that?
Deliver.
So are you saying that the marketing or the strategies do not play a role? Because I was coming to that. Normally
they do, but in the longer run, if you're not delivering, then nothing will work for you. The best part with the brand, thankfully, is that you've delivered a lot of properties in the last 5-6 years when the going was tough for other players. So that is how, in the last 5 to 6 years, since we started delivering God City in 2014 until today, God City is home to almost 25,000 families in a 250-acre township. So that has really built the brand. That is really given the buyers, the prospective buyers, the confidence that yes, this developer will deliver. And rest everything works then. No matter how many film fairs we would have done or any other event we would have done, until unless we are doing what is ultimately required out of us, हमें बना के देना है. अगर हम वही नहीं करेंगे तो then you can't build a brand, you can't build a legacy.
True, absolutely true. So from legacy, this is the time when we should move on to Mr. Puri here. Mr. Puri, when you joined DLF, so DLF has always been a front runner, right? So what is your take on it? How difficult or easy is it when you work with a brand like DLF, or which is one of the largest? How difficult or easy is it as a marketer?
So the two things, you you've got a legacy which of the past, which you've got to take it forward and yet, be relevant in today's market. And the biggest challenge, I think, is, to outperform what your predecessors had done. So uh, you are constantly innovating, all right, looking at new strategies at reaching out to your prospective customers, engaging with them. Um, and I think where we hit a good spot was, over the years, we engaged with the communities that we had built. That has been really helpful. And of course, I mean, you got to come to work thinking you're a trainee every day. That's been my biggest learning at DLF, that come to work with an open mind, work as a trainee as though it was your first day every day. That really helps, because that helps you cleanse your mind, and you tend to think out of the box and come up with new solutions. That really helps. Uh, Taking the legacy forward, I think I'd agree with what Siddharth said, which is delivery, delivery, delivery. DLF has done that for the last 74 years, 75 years. It has delivered each and every project, and probably the what distinguishes DLF from a lot of other real estate companies is the fact that you can see a skyline which has been built by this company over the last few decades. Uh, that speaks volumes for itself. And to live up to it, and to deliver at every step, I think is the biggest challenge for us at DLF.
Perfect.
Jayanta, I'll
The,
ask one question to you. When you do a lot of digital campaigns, paid digital campaigns, the leads also comprise lots of spam. Do you have a mechanism to filter the spams out?
so as I told you, now we already having a team, a dedicated team who basically receive the all queries and calls, and then they pass on to the sales team, sales call center team. So on a like first round only, the numbers which are spam or of no name. So those leads has been discarded. So we are having a mechanism.
Okay. Kunal, you are saying you are in the heart of the Delhi, that too with a luxury, very luxury, very premium product. Now, businesses have gone down, income levels have gone down across the segments, across the strata. How
So,
much has this affected for the luxury segment? Because you have a very premium product.
so very honestly, the sales have gone down by about 20 to 30%. But I think they are on the revival front now again. People were telling me that they are doing a lot of sales in the month of May, which I discussed with you as well. मुझे लोगों ने बोला कि अप्रैल में वी डन फैंटास्टिक नंबर्स, मई में वी डन फैंटास्टिक नंबर्स. तो मैं उनसे पूछना चाह रहा था कि कहाँ से सेल निकाल के लाए, कौन सा ऐसा चिड़िया था उनके पास जो हमको कभी मिला नहीं. So which I was very clear with कि अप्रैल और मई में मेरा कोई सेल नहीं हुआ, which I can admit openly. June we
This
started
answer
picking
can be
up.
given by two people here itself. Sorry to interrupt.
नहीं
There is Rakhi and there is Siddharth.
नहीं
ये आंसर ये दोनों दे सकते हैं कि अप्रैल और मई में सेल आया कहाँ से.
बताएंगे बताएंगे
बहुत
साइड
टाइम
में
से
बताएंगे बट आया है.
ऐसा
Definitely there was a spillover
मैं ऐसा
sale,
किसी को मिलना चाह रहा था जो बोले.
नहीं, definitely मैं
हाँ जी.
there was a spillover sale from March visits and everything. वो sales team and channel partners, they keep on hankering, a lot of people. June was a tough time, frankly. June में the
So
old
I
leads had
think
died down, and now we are
मैं
not.
I'll speak the other way. मेरा तो June was very good. July has been fantastic. August is rocking right now. Okay, so this has been my take as far as numbers have been concerned. I'll be very honest. We standing on the 14th of August right now. We've already done about 8 sales till date. 8 sales मेरे यहाँ पे are fantastic numbers. So I don't think I would compare with what possibly Rakhi might say. 8 sales शायद से घंटे में आती है या दिन में आती है.
Sales आती है कुणाल, so
No, I'm not saying मेरी अभी तक 14 तारीख तक 8 sales आई हैं, which are fantastic.
You are in a different segment
Which
only.
means
I'm totally different segment.
Which means Kunal, lots of booking amount is coming. Is it going to translate in your ad spend, increased spends?
For sure, Palash. There is an undoubted, thing in that my ad spend has gone up, and I would say it would definitely be there. But we would still expect that post-COVID ad discount, which is coming on from various publications, to still go on for the ad spend to still be there, and it still be viable. Because giving an ad in Times of India, and I remember giving ads of 60 lakhs, जिसमें से आप उसका ROI कभी निकाल ही नहीं सकते. I think more of it goes towards the branding of the entire product or the project and the company than towards the lead generation. So आज की डेट में जब आपको इतना ऐसा ad मिलता है ना, तो उसका effectiveness actually निकल के आता है. But when you give a full page, a jacket for 60 lakhs, उसका worth कोई कभी नहीं निकाल सकता है, जो मुझे लगता है एटलीस्ट इन आवर काइंड ऑफ प्रोडक्ट.
Siddharth, you agree to that? Siddharth?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. In fact, I'll take up we have a luxury project in Sector 79, and affordable kind of luxury. It's one family, one floor concept. There are just 2 towers, and we are seeing traction in that without any advertising, without anything. So either people are looking towards the larger spaces. Lockdown में शायद they've learned that, or something. So that has worked, and newspapers though are working these days, definitely.
So now that we have run towards the end of our show, my last question to everyone, when I would like everyone to answer and pick up their own answers, that we have a lot of viewers who are asking us that what exactly should be your career guidance, because you all are there as as experienced people and quite successful in your own domains. So to start with, Mr. Puri, one good suggestion or a guidance for a person who wants to be like you.
One thing I would say, read the newspapers. All right.
Yes.
I go through 6 newspapers every morning before I come to office. Stay informed. All right. I think you get to know as to what is happening in the industry. Broaden your outlook, and stay hungry. I mean, you got to come to work with a fresh mind every day. Work like a trainee, like what I said. 27 years I've been working, but every day I still feel that I'm a trainee in the organization. And that has really helped me. And I think you put your best foot forward when you really need to perform every day. And that is the secret to success in any sector. Forget reality. I mean, if you want to be in sales or in a FMCG company, I think just going out, meeting the retailer, taking his feedback and going back to him and saying that here you are, and this is available at this price, and this is what I can do for you. You've got to do it every day, and you got to enjoy it with passion. I think that's what's really important.
So 27 years and still working like a trainee. Amit, your take over it, the career guidance which you want to give to our viewers.
See, the career guidance in our industry, I would say, maybe if you allow me, I would like to say 2 things. One is that, you need to have a great respect for the relationships in your life. So you need to build that over a period of time, which obviously, building relation obviously takes a lot of time. Sometimes it takes a lifetime for one relationship to build. So that's what you need to focus on, building relationship. And other thing, as Divya rightly said, that you need to give importance to learning. That you need to keep learning. You need to keep learning regularly. You need to keep learning new things after particular period, whatever you feel right for yourself. But yeah, learning new things is also very important in dynamic times like these. That's it.
So learning new things. Mr. Barua, what's your take over it?
Amazed to see hear Mr. Puri. All so one has to be updated, dedicated, and focused. These are the probably my way of seeing for the last approximately 25 years. Be updated, have a dedication and focused work. This is what I wish to say to my young generation.
Okay. So, Kunal, because you manage marketing and a bit of sales as well, what would be your guidance to the youngsters?
I'll just reverse that. I manage more of sales than marketing.
Oh my
I'm a
God.
sales guy at heart. I'm a sales guy at heart, and अगर मुझे बेचने को बोलोगे तो मैं बेचना चालू कर दूंगा. So I'm less of a marketer, which is why Palash keeps on you poking me on that. So just I think obviously Puri Saab has said something which is very good, and I come with a similar mindset, which is yearn to learn every day, every minute, whatever it takes, and be open to new ideas. They can come from anyone and from anywhere. Immaterial, he could be the person who has just joined the company today. uh, the best idea could possibly come in from that person. So be open to ideas. Do not, close in on certain elements. Have patience. I would say real estate is all about patience. आराम से बैठेंगे सब कुछ बिकता है और प्यार से बेचेंगे सब कुछ बिकता है. I would say adapt each day. Every day is new. So रोज कुछ ना कुछ नया करके कुछ ना कुछ नया adapt करना ही करना है. And of course, in the end, what matters is only one thing, which I think Sudsab said very well. Unless and until you deliver what you said, ये सब का सब zero है. So just deliver what you say, खत्म. उसके बाद finished है.
So आराम से बैठेंगे सब कुछ बिकता. I guess Kunal can actually say that because he's dealing and leading a brand which is quite sound and big. Siddharth, what would be your take over it? The guidance to the youngsters who aspire to be like you.
Well, apart from the whatever has been said, definitely that's quite true. We updated and everything. I would like to add that time management is very important. Earlier, I've also been a salesperson for most part of my career. So मुझे भी लगता था ये marketing वाले करते क्या है. But after coming here and handling so many projects and the brand and everything with a small team, so you have to be proactive. You have to take initiatives. And what I try to do is that each job, because marketing में repetitive jobs होते हैं, how to do it more efficiently next time कि उसमें time कम लगे. So that is one approach, and you have to make your job interesting also, Otherwise, the deadlines and उसी में आदमी you get in the rut. So those are the only things. Apart from definitely be updated, what's happening new. That's it. Yeah.
So 27 years, 25 years, आराम से बैठो तो बिकता है. Raki, what is your take over it? Because I guess you're the youngest amongst all. And so what is your take over it? Career guidance.
I just wanted to
अच्छी चीज़ है ये तो.
mention a gist here that earlier I was handling the whole marketing function in my earlier organization. At Bhutani, I shifted to digital. I'll tell you the story behind it also, because I thought while handling everything, I was missing one digital part. There's a lot to learn in digital, and digital is evolving each and every passing day. There is something new to learn in digital, and I completely agree with Mr. Puri that I can't read 6 newspapers every day, but I'm glued to Twitter almost every day, because I think there's a lot of information which you get on Twitter, not specifically on in digital domain, but from the other areas of life as well. And keep on learning. Never shy away in saying that मुझे ये नहीं आता. अगर नहीं आता, there is no harm in learning. Learning never stops. And third and the most important thing is keep on taking feedbacks from your sales team, from your CPs, maybe from a telemarketer, and the junior most sales guy is something who is on the field, who is interacting with the client on a daily basis. So these are the guys who can, they can give you the actual feedback of your marketing campaigns, that this is what client is looking at, these are the sizes which client want, this is the kind of facilities a client is looking at in you. So amalgamation of everything what I said is really important to keep you live and kicking, and something to break the monotony. Of course, you need to keep learning something or other every day.
Thanks, Raki, and thank all the panelists for being with us. Thanks
Thank
for
you, Bala.
taking
Thank you,
out
Krishna.
time, and it was a really wonderful discussion.
Thank
And
you. Thank you,
Realty Web
everyone.
Series will be back again after a fortnight. Thank you all. Thank you for being
Congratulations,
here.
Thank you so
guys.
much.
Thank
Bye.
you, everyone,
Sure.
and
Thank you, Dushyant.
happy Independence Day. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.